Hey, good morning. How is everybody? Happy Monday. Lisa Marie here, and I'm back from vacation, and my tummy is still having issues. Thankfully, thank you for all your prayers, because yesterday, after several trips to the restroom at the hotel, once I started taking Pepto-Bismol, gosh, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in me. I was okay all the way to the airport, at the airport, and both of the flights, and in Mexico, and everything. However, this morning, I woke up and angry tummy again. So I thought, hey, what better thing to do than kind of go back to the very beginning and do the clear liquids for a few days, because I really think my tummy will be much happier with me to do that. So I want to show you what I'm doing today and what I've already done and what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. So kind of, I already did my normal, no, it wasn't the Mexico water, because it was all purified and all of that. I think the week finally caught up with me. Really, I think the week finally caught up with me is what it was. So I've already had, if you are just starting, you've just had weight loss surgery and you're on the clear liquids, and it kind of freaks you out, because what are your options? What are you going to do? Well, and if you're taking supplements, sublingual, you know how they go under your tongue, that's awesome. However, there's a few different supplements that you can't take sublingual. And I have a hard time taking pills. So I found this brand of a probiotic that I did not start at first. I started this probably 3, maybe 4 weeks after my surgery, just because things weren't moving like they should, and this was suggested, so this is what I did. But this pill, when you read it on the box and everything, look how ginormous that is. That's like as big as my finger. Huge. I cannot swallow that. I couldn't. I might have been able to swallow it prior to surgery, but definitely can't now. But it allows you to pull it apart and add it into liquid. So that's what I do in the morning. I have 8 ounces of G2 with my probiotic, and that's what I did this morning. Then I wish I would have thought to put my apple cider vinegar in this, because it tastes better together like that, but I didn't. Instead, I forgot until I saw it sitting here on the counter, and I added it to my morning tea. Now, I mix my G2 first in room temperature water, because then it blends well in hot water or hot broth or anything like that. So I mix it first in room temperature water, about a couple tablespoon or 2. It doesn't have to be very much. 2 ounces. I do 2 ounces because our Keurig makes my tea so stinking hot I have to add ice, and so it doesn't bother me. But then I had my Earl Grey tea. I added 2 teaspoons of this amazing sugar-free vanilla caramel. So good. And then I used half of this. So about a half an ounce, probably a good tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So it tastes a little wonky, but hey, I know what it is, and that's okay. So that so far has been my morning, and if you're counting 8-ounce glasses, I've already had 2. For our bodies to not be dehydrated, they say to have 6 to 8. My body likes 6. However, today it's probably going to get 8. So then somewhere after that, on my way to work, I will have half of this, which is just plain water that I can drink. And also another interesting thing, after weight loss surgery, you may have to try several different waters, several different protein things, several different G2s, several different teas. You're going to have to try what and find what works with you and your tummy. I used to only drink water at room temperature. Now it has to be on a lot of ice. Crazy. That is so abnormal to me. It's crazy. But it took me probably 2 months to find this water that goes down really good. And then one of the purified water places near our house also has water that I can drink that's good to me in my tummy. So if you look at this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 glasses of water. I'm at work for 8 hours today. So every hour I'm going to have 8 ounces of something. But because I know me and I like to have something a little more lunchy-ish, this is my favorite. The Knorr beef. Oh my gosh. This is what I took with me to Mexico for my surgery because I heard about sometimes the travel home and things like that. This beef is so stinking good. I love it. And then I also have the chicken. But I cannot drink two cups, so that's 16 ounces. I can't do it. I cannot drink 16 ounces at a time. So it says a half a cube is for 8 ounces. So I break all of my cubes, I cut them in half, and there I have it. So clear liquids, this is what I'm having, setting my timer for an hour. Every hour, I will then sip down 8 ounces of something. If my tummy feels good, if it feels okay and good, I probably won't do this, but if it feels good, I'm bringing 2, 3 things with me. When I have an upset stomach, it also took me 2 months before I was brave to even try this, and it takes me about, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 5 bites. At first, it took me like 10 bites to do a Ritz cracker. But now it takes about 4 or 5 bites to do a Ritz cracker. If I need that for my stomach, I have that. Pudding, especially chocolate, is probably not going to go down well, but applesauce will. And I can add some G2 to this. Oh, and back over here to these liquids. This already has protein in it, but I have some of this G2 at work. And I can add it to I can add it to the water, I can add it to the flavored things. I definitely will add it to the soup broth that I have. But there's kind of an 8-hour day. If you're doing the clear liquids, then you just get some other juices or G2s or different teas. I mean, you can use my fun flavored pump things in water or tea to have a different flavor of something in there for you. And what's in the bottles with no labels? Because I took off the labels and I didn't realize these were these bottles, but I took these labels off. So this is G2 and it's this one, this red one. And I'm just a dork. I like to measure things and kind of be accurate. So I took a Sharpie and I went around the bottles and marked them. So my G2 is 1. And then this, it took me a while to find it, but this is Arizona Zero Tea and it has ginseng. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like it's a green tea with ginseng and it just tastes so good. And it goes down really well with my tummy. So $2.50 at Walmart for this big ol' honkin' jug that lasts a really long time. If you're going to do your clear liquids, you can also have low sugar, no sugar apple juice. You can do the grape cranberry ones. There's diet ones, and they're kind of hard to find, but there is also available and I find it at different places here. It's either at Ralph's, Stater Brothers. Let me get that light. It's so bright. Ralph's and Stater Brothers, and sometimes Albertsons out here will have, I can't remember if it was called diet or low sugar, but look at the label, because they're misleading. Some will say diabetic friendly or diet, la la la, and you turn it over, and for 8 ounces, or even sometimes less, sometimes one serving is only 4 ounces, and it'll say like 20 sugars. What? No, no, that's too much sugar. So look at the labels. The labels you need to look at preferably 6 sugars or less, but most of them you're probably going to get about 8. And then that's what'll work. So, does your protein powder make your liquid thick? No, the Gene Pro does not. The Inspire kind of makes it thicker. It's still liquidy, but thicker. But the Gene Pro doesn't. If anything, the Gene Pro waters things down. It's just kind of weird. And then the Isopure, we have the Isopure also, this one, and it just takes so much more. It takes 5 tablespoons of this to equal, look, 5 tablespoons is 1 scoop, and 1 tablespoon is only 5 grams of protein, and the Gene Pro's scoop is 1 tablespoon, and you're getting the equivalent to 30 grams of whey isolate protein with one tablespoon, 5 tablespoons. That's why I use that. I'm using a plant-based, and it's so thick. Oh, I tried some of those too. The only thing I can think for that is if you would add it to a smoothie, and make sure you have ice and water, and then watery vegetables. So cucumber, celery, maybe even some beet, because that's natural and sweet sugar that'll give you kind of a sweet flavor without grossness. And there's another watery vegetable like zucchini or squash, things like that. What's your favorite flavor of the Inspire? And where I see where you use the chocolate cherry a bit, I was wondering if you've tried other flavors. I have the blueberry cheesecake and the chocolate covered cherry right now, and I've just being gone, I haven't had a chance, but I am wanting to order another one. But I kind of been making my own, finding powdered flavorings of things, and these stevias that I get, like this. It's a liquid stevia, and this one's berry flavor. So I'm telling you, there's like 25 different flavors. There's chocolate, raspberry, berry, tangerine. There's just so many. The same with these things. This Torani. These sugar-free syrups come in a gazillion flavors as well. So I've kind of been using those and making my own flavors out of the non-flavored powders. So the Isopure and the Gene Pro. Hubby's saying time for me to get to work. Oh, you are, and it's still thick. I'm so sorry. Oh, I will talk more about the Gene Pro and how long it took me to get on that bandwagon and why I finally did. But there's kind of my day. My day is going to be all liquids today. And so if you're on the clear liquid stage, it's crazy and it's weird, but it's not that hard. Just set your timer on your watch or your phone, and for every hour, you're just going to sip 8 ounces of something and then set it again. So you're really going to go longer than 8 hours doing that, because you can't do it. I can now, but you can't at first. You can't sip down 8 ounces in 10 minutes. You can't do it. I still can't do it. But there's my day. I'll answer more questions of what's on here after I got to get to work. And I'm just so thankful for you guys, and I've been praying for you. And I will think of some more flavors of ways to make stuff not so thick for you guys, and I'll share that as well. And thank you. The 20 flavored syrups are so amazing. Have a great day. Please pray for my tummy. It is still not feeling right, but liquids, I'm sure, are going to help. Have a great day. I love ya, and I'm praying for ya, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.